Hello everybody and welcome to this product design tutorial in which I'm going to show you a process, how easy it is to very quickly develop a concept of a lighting fixture like you see here in Shapr3D. And this is a very good example for why 3D modeling can be very fast if you only model in a case of just very quickly blocking out something. Imagine you are sitting down with a client and then you take a pen and you very quickly scribble out some dimensions, all you need, and then you want to very quickly give this to an engineer or a model maker to create a physical prototype. So you don't have to model everything perfectly refined. You suggest how something should be put together because during the prototyping process, things might change anyway. We will start first building the first pendant, and then I will show you how easy it is in Shapr to, via copy and paste and direct modeling, create the other second version. And then in the end, we bring everything into Visu, add some materials, and just enjoy this amazing light pendant. And with all that said, let's do it. Here is the starter file, which you can download. I moved the image a little bit to the back, so it is not along the Z and the X axis. And the easiest object to start with is the single pendant. We can see 15 inches and 11 inches on top, 13 in between, and a material thickness of 0.5 of an inch. Okay, very good. So we can go to top view, then go to sketch, zoom in a little bit, rectangle center on any of these grids. Let's say this one, I create now a sketch 15 by 15 and escape. This is coincident on the x-axis. I simply position this here on a nice grid and then click lock. Thank you. Very good. Now we have the bottom part, 0.5 for the extrude, and then we can select both top and bottom surfaces. The sketch is also hidden, so it's not in my way. Then we shell 0.5, and there's actually now our 0.5 diameter square stock. See, was actually pretty easy. Now we want to bring this one up, and there should be a distance of 13 inches. One easy way is we select this top face. Then we can create a new plane, 13 inches. There we are. That's that distance. Then on that plane, we create a new sketch. The grid perfectly lines up, but to be clean, let's actually project these edges into the sketch. The main reason why I then can draw here one line, edge to edge, escape, select everything. That's a construction line, and I have a midpoint. Then I can make a rectangle 11 by 11, enter, there we are. Select the sketch, 0.5, hide all the sketches, and then we do the same and shell 0.5. Cool. Let me go back to sketch 1. You don't have to do this. I just would like to show it. If I now unlock this and move it, you see how the top moves with it. That's the reason why we projected it up. Very good. Okay, let's lock it again. We have now the top and bottom done. How do we do the other two, like the verticals? That's easy. Top face, sketch, and then from this point down and from there to there, these lines should be horizontal, vertical, and then we do the same here. Select the face, sketch, click and click, escape, select the edges, horizontal, vertical, escape that sketch environment, select the sketch profile, same here, and then we do a loft. Okay, now because we did not build this along the z-axis, we can't mirror it over the z-axis, and we want to have something in the center to mirror over, simply to make work easier. Here, check this out. I select these two faces and then say add a plane. That's a midplane. That's perfectly centered. One more time. And there we are. So this way we can create everywhere in 3D space a mirroring reference. There, and let me just mirror this over one plane and over the other plane, and it perfectly fits. If it doesn't fit, then you made a mistake. Okay, no, that's actually all done. Let's select maybe these sketches and put that all into one folder. And also here, these bodies we can put into one folder, right click and call this frame. Good. Maybe hide this. Stop. This sketch actually I'm going back to show. And here you can go. Because now we can work on this one. That's basically the attachment for the light body. We can create a new sketch on this ground plane. One more time, I do project, for example, this one in. There we are. And then I can hide this original sketch. And now I can draw a rectangle 5 by 5. There we are. Because based on the measurement, 5, 5. Cool. No? How do we center this? Look, there's a very simple trick. There's a line, midpoint to midpoint. And then if I make these lines equal, it's perfectly centered. And I could even make these, in case they could go up and down, make them also horizontal vertically. Constraint. Ooh, so construction lines, there we are. Now let's maybe go back into the top view. We're going to put in one line here and escape, one line there and escape, one line there and escape, one line there and escape. Select everything, again, horizontal, vertical, or maybe only select those there. How do we know tidy this up? This should be 0.5, this should be 1 inch. Here, let me show you a little trick. One line, midpoint, 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 midpoint to center to midpoint, click, click. So those we make horizontal, vertical. You see now they are straight. Then we make them equal, and we can make those equal. That is actually 0.5. Check out what happens on top. That is also already 0.5. And now here, that distance, I can say it's 1. Was it 1 inch? Yes. Okay, very good. Yeah, then I select my sketch profiles and we extrude that thing up by 0.5. There's now that H part. Block, block, block. Basic geometry and sketching. Now I have these spheres, or not spheres, light bodies, and I want them to be nicely centered, not on a corner, but kind of like here at the midpoint, and it's 1.5 diameter for high, 2.25 base, and then like a plug 1 inch. So this face I select, go to sketch, and then from here I draw a line straight down, 1 inch, click. The next one, 0.5 to the side, click, click and go. Actually, no, escape. Delete this line. I will show you why in a moment. This is actually a 1.5 diameter, so it's easier to draw it that way. So here, there we go. 1.5 divided by 2, that's 7.75. There we are. Then from here, we just draw this straight up. I'm doing actually a funny tiny drawing. You see here, I just make this really small, so it's all in the screen. Horizontal, vertical. This now will be, yeah, that is correctly dimensioned. And then this distance will be 4. And there we are. And then this distance will be 2.25. There's a piece. Then I can select my sketch profiles. If I hide this body, it's easier to select. We do a revolve and then the light emitting part, and there is the revolve. There. Now this looks actually perfectly centered, nice and clean. You remember we actually created these construction planes. Maybe I can pull those out for the moment, show them, because if you did everything correctly, then you should be able to say you along you to a mirror, and then the same to there. Wow, look at this. It fits. So this is actually all our light body thing construction. Let's put this all into one folder or just group it. Well, we can call this one sketches to make more sense. And then this is maybe lights. Okay. Oh, look at that. Actually, that goes really, really fast. Now here we have a distance 26 inches, and then we have that cable system, and also up here there's actually a crossbar. So on this top face, first I make a sketch, and then I draw a line down, and from edge to edge I draw a line down. Here's a midpoint. Click, click, click. Select all, horizontal, vertical. These two can be construction and equal. And then we make this 1 inch, or to make it match. I can't read. It was 2 inches, 1 inch. No, it matches. Very good. And this simply we extrude down to the bottom part as a new body. Now that's 0.5. Okay. That's actually part of the frame. Okay. And now we can take a look at how we do the rest on top. Okay, so we can select this piece, and then we add a plane, 26 inches. There we are. Yeah, that's in our view. Beautiful. Here we create a sketch, and I hide the frame. I can show the first sketch. Oh, oh yeah, they were hidden. There. Okay, one more time. On the sketch plane, I make a new sketch, and then I go to project, and into there I project in, for example, the previous rectangle. And then you guessed it, it is correct. I do exactly 5 by 5, the same thing again. Here's a rectangle, 5 by 5. There we are. Very good. And yeah, then a line to there, a line to there. You see here on purpose, I made this different, horizontal, vertical. Now that only can go left and right, and equal. There, it's perfectly centered. This is actually 0.75. And then, sure, how do we do the cable? Under here or on this face, there we can create in the last drawing, that's actually for our cable, 0.75. Where are you? There, and then that we extrude down onto, yeah, onto this, for example. Okay. We say here new body, that is good. The diameter is too big, and that is actually 0.5. Good. Well, we could say this and this is actually one group, and let's say cable. We actually weren't pretty far. We got a lot of stuff done. Now to be perfect, I need from this one to be removed, but keep the piece. Thank you. This has to be screwed onto something. Yeah, how can we do this? Here, let me show you something. This is actually now we're going to build minus any model, minus any sketches. I extrude this one up 0.25 of an inch. No, that is too much. 0.125. And then, oh, I want that to be a new body. There. Thank you. Then this face and this face, I shrink. Clonk. Look at that. Now they have a smaller piece. Very good. And this one here I would like to isolate, because what I'm going to do is this face I move up, let's say by 2.5 inches, unisolate, and then this I can extrude down onto this, but as a new body. Oh, look, looks like now there's something to screw into or so. Yeah. This one and this one, for example, will be joint. That's going to be one piece. And these two, for example, let's say union. Hold on. We want to do this screw thing on both sides. So here we go back in time, we unisolate it, and then say target face. Add it and add this one to it. Oh, this one goes up. Well, then this one here we can, for example, move down 4 inches or 2.5, for example. Okay, good. Then we did that extrude command, and now because I realized we did this top and bottom, I am, please don't hate me, we're going to just select the last move commands and also the extrude and just simply say delete. We are going to isolate this piece, select the top and the bottom. Then there, let's say 1.75. Now we do an offset by 1.75 or 2 inches minus unisolate. And now I can say new extrude down to here as a new body. Thank you. And then we do the top. Essentially, I figured out that we're doing a duplicate, and let's actually rather have our timeline nice and clean. You see I select the top and bottom. Also here, these are I joined together, and now you see we only have individual commands. Okay, that's nice, nicely grouped. So that was part one. We have actually the first piece ready. Now in part two, I'm going to show you then how we can build actually the second part. So the second pendant is pretty much the same like the first one, it's just wider. Now we have 5, 15, and 5. There are some additional pieces. There's more distance between them. There's like 5 inches distance in there. So how can we do this? So let's do the following. We select all this and then we make a copy and bring this over, let's say, to here. Very good. Thank you. Then I select this one, this one. So actually these pieces here I want to select. There we are. And now we make a copy, and that is no 5 and 10. There. Cool. Now we basically have them left and right. That is actually pretty nice. So we move this over by 10 inches. That means if we select actually these faces here, I think that should work. That's one of the beautiful things of Shapr, how you just move stuff around. So now I go to the move command, go to here and bring this over 10 inches. Yeah, no, fits actually. What's my dimension here? 25. Oh, I was actually pretty good. I just hoped I would get, oh, I'm good. Perfect. So, and that is actually quite nice. But with the cable, that doesn't really work well there. So we might have to change a little bit that. So how can we do this? We have this, and this, and that one. I was just thinking we could bring this to the center and then move that left, for example. That could work out. Or yeah, how do we do this ideally? Yeah, let's say we bring this one to here, 3.5 there. Then I would like to now have a mirror plane. Maybe this is actually a really good example, really, to show how this midplane is really so useful. Then you and you and you, please mirror over this other plane. Thank you. Okay, good. So the rest we're going to solve here via very basic direct modeling. Check this out. Now we cut this stuff away. These actually you, and you, I would like to isolate. Thank you. Because I need to figure out now how to fuse these pieces together. Lock. They can overlap a little bit if we want. That is good. Then I can select this, and do an extrude, because that's a new body below this bottom part. Very good. And then I could say you extrude, so they overlap. Yeah, there we are. That actually made this work really well. Let me join this, one piece, unisolate. Very good. Yeah. Oh, we forgot to do a mirror here. And edit also this one. There. Up here, for example, you see that should be one piece. Thank you. There. And now what we can do is when I go to this, where's the move command? There's that's the second move command. If I now move this around, look at this, how it beautifully updates. Perfectly. Maybe try to just position it in there. Yeah, there. And even top and bottom, now you see how everything shrinks and grows. Or we bring this more, bring the cables closer to the center like this. Yeah, okay, awesome. Yep, there we are. So this frame can go, oh, that can go to there. What is this body? There, 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 there. Yeah, we could say this is all cable. Yep, there we are. Perfect. So last step to the visu. Then we can think about what type of material do we give this. We do have a drop shadow here. So we can go to the environment, let's say this one and there. Yeah, ground plane. Nope, no ground plane. Then we don't have a drop shadow. Just the shadow on the object is there. We can select the lights. And then there we could say change and go utility. Select actually light emitting material, change the color. And then we should have done it not that way. This light emissive material we select, change. Let's make this actually metal first. Go to metal. Do we have brass? So it should look, I mean, we use brass to make it look like gold. There's the brushed gold look or the hammered. It's up to you which one you want to use. And then we can go to side view, right to left click, select the bodies. And then you see that was a tick easier. And there we are. That is good. Let's go to the frame. And that is actually metal and powder coated. So there is metal, and where's the powder coated one? There it is. Pop this onto the folder, and then we can change the color. The bottom parts here are actually also hammered gold, and the top one, there we are. Look at this, flop, flop, and then the cable. Oh, they are actually metallic too because they are screwed in. It's just one system. There we are. To make this look nice, we should probably change the background color to something to elevate this a little bit more. Edges aren't really rounded. This is not something that necessarily has to be done because this is more like a really quick concept model, but the edges which I will round are actually those, because there I would select edges. I would like to add a small fillet. And let's say 0.0 here, chamfer fillet 0.05. Let's see. Oh, that's maybe a little bit too big. There. The main reason why adding this fillet is when we go to the visu, as you can see, oh, there's a separation. And there's a separation. Oh, that is something that is very useful to see. Hammered is maybe not the best option here. Let's go to brushed. That might actually be better. Well, there we see this a little bit more, that effect. Okay, very good. So that's kind of like the process, how easy it is to design such a pendant. Kind of like now we build one final piece and then via multiples and using even proportions like 5 inches, 5 inches, 5 inches, you can build the other one. And then when you meet with the client and you want to do more quick variations, we can do even this. I select the whole design, make a copy, move it to the side, then left to right, and then make sure I only select edges, not faces, because then I can move the edges of the body. And with that, I can stretch or deform everything. You see, it's actually very easy and all the parts actually moved with it. Very good. That's it.